That was a whole 17 seconds of, oh, I'm going to play that at the end, just so you know.
Oh, okay.
To finish it out. That's my theme song right there. So, hey, haven't seen some of y'all in a while. Actually, that's a lie. I've not seen a bunch of y'all like ever.
Yeah. I had a student come by my office just yesterday who was like, hey, I'm in your English 202 class. I was like, oh, wonderful.
Hey, kid.
And you are? They're like, oh, I'm so-and-so. And yeah.
Man, what are we doing?
No. So it's the end of week 8.
I'm really feeling it. A lot of you guys in your weekly, your week 8 check-in, like you're all discussing, like I just got to put some of my favorites out there. Like I feel like I've been hit by a truck, and I'm like, same. I'm just faking it till I make it every day, and I'm like, same. Like not doing okay. Okay, me neither. Like if anything, it's a nice opportunity to at least communicate. Hopefully I try. It may not come out that way, that you are not alone. I am here with you, though we're far. I'm just here to say, we're in this together. That you are also on the struggle bus, and I may be driving your struggle bus, but I'm not even the person in charge of my struggle bus, but I'm on it and I don't even know where I'm going. So if that makes you feel better, it's called Schadenfreude. It's a fun little German word. It means misery joy. So enjoy that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what just flew up my nose, but like it felt like a fluff, like just a tiny little bit of fabric. Like now in my nose, and I'm trying not
to feel it. To be taken out by a bit of fluff up the nose.
Like I felt when it invaded my space. Like I felt when it happened, like it's Osmosis Jones. And now I have it in my, like the back of my mind where it's like, don't pick your nose. Don't pick your nose. But now it's like, but it's there and you want to hit it. So I'm just going to suffer in silence. I have nothing to contribute to this conversation, guys, really, honestly, except for whatever this is, because everything that you have to do this week is all Jason.
It's been all been, yeah, you have the lecture materials that came out on Monday. It's a lot, I know, and I'm sorry. This is sorry. When we first worked out how this class works, we were still teaching it in the classroom. I might make some adjustments to it for next semester. I don't know. But this would have been a week where I would have been teaching on both days. And so it's a ton of material. But
and we do try and do it. So like, well, let me shut up. Just go ahead. Because maybe you are going to explain what's happening next week. So I'm just going to.
Yeah, well, I wasn't going to explain next week. What I was going to say is that I did, knowing that it was going to be so much material, break it up into these little bite-sized pieces. And so it looks like even more than what it is, because there's like, I think 5 videos, but each one's just a little bite-sized piece that you can watch and then walk away if you need it. And then, yes, you have quiz number 5. It, yes, will be due on Sunday, so it's like technically sneaking into spring break. If you want to knock it out before you leave this campus this week, go for it. That should open here. We're recording this at about 11:25-ish, so it's going to open here very shortly. It'll be due Sunday night at 11, as always. Knock it out before you leave if you don't want to have to think about it. Yeah, but unfortunately, it's kind of the way it works. It's an online class, right? The only other option would have been to give you the quiz earlier, and that would not have been fun. So what were you about to say about spring break? I don't want to step on your toes, what you were going to say.
No, we don't have anything due for you guys. There's no reading material. There's no quiz. Oh, I'm dying. Oh!
What is happening?
My other headphone got caught in the desk. So when I went to move, it was, I was denied. Just, so anywho, just, we don't have any work for you guys. Next week you're gonna be like hopefully able to like refresh and relax and, or at least give you some time where you don't have any English 202 stuff to do. Although you should be working on your creative projects, wink wink, nudge nudge, because we're gonna open tomorrow the creative project appointment selector and get that information to you during spring break. And there might even be an incentive for you to pick your appointment early because extra credit. You make it easy for us, we make it easy for you. So anywho, yeah, you don't have any coursework due at all next week. And then the week you come back from spring break, you'll have content for me. So we wanted to give you guys like a week to like
just to actually have a week off.
Yeah, this is like pre-pandemic too, like to just enjoy a break. I mean, if this class were happening in person, you would like have spring break off. So no, we're not gonna do that to y'all. So that's part of the reason why Jason like overloaded, or what seems like an overload. That seems like I'm condescending. Why Jason put so much stuff on you? It's because he wanted, and I wanted to make sure that you didn't have anything really taxing you on your spring break.
Yeah, and then when we come back from spring break, excuse me. Yes, you'll have new material. But also that will be the week of meeting for
creative project conferences.
Yes, that is the word I was looking for, but my brain is not caffeine fueled at the time at the moment. So yes, that's when the creative project conferences will be. So
which are done digitally through Zoom.
Yes, but there are lots of you. And so if you see either Professor McIntosh or myself like looking like zombies that week, it's because it's been a hell of a week for us.
It's really exhausting. So like, and that's not anything against you guys. Like, don't. It's just like the week coming back from spring break is a lot of students are like super stressed out because they have midterm exams or whatever. I don't have midterm exams in my classes I'm teaching now, but like, I don't know, like, are you all right? Like, I don't think you are. And it like, it's taxing on us because it's like we're having a harangue, like herd cats, trying to get people to do what we need to do. And then we're also like dealing with administrative crap. Like, we're technically supposed to be in a faculty meeting right now, but we do this for you, students. We don't have to go to a meeting at Velo so we can make sure that we have this done. So yeah. We'll be patient with you. You guys be patient with us. And by the way, the creative project conferences, just a brief reminder, we're not expecting you to be completely done with your project. Like, if you are, like, that's amazing. But we're not expecting you to, at the Zoom meeting, to show us your complete and finished work. Like, as long as you have something to discuss with us about your project. So maybe if you're doing like a visual project, that maybe you've mapped it out on the canvas, but like, you blocked it out, you started like penciling in before you wanted to commit paint to canvas, because maybe that's your process. That's okay. Maybe you just have gotten out of the finished finalized state and you're like a little fearful to actually commit, ink to paper per se. That's fine, as long as you have something to discuss with us. Otherwise, it's going to be awkward AF, or we're just sitting here staring at you like,
yeah.
And like, if you have technical issues, like, we're going to talk to the people who are doing music on the best way to accomplish their project being presented in the room. People who are doing like multimedia stuff, like the conference is a means in which we can do like a spot check, just making sure it's worth like 50 points. We're just checking to make sure that you are in a good place right? So you're not going to be so rushed whenever it's due in April. And that if you have any like technical issues, that we can make sure that we facilitate conversation to help answer your questions. And then lastly, like if you find yourself like running out of supplies, we've had students who were doing Mosaic, and I think a couple of you said that you're going to do Mosaic, and they ran out of the glass, and they were scrambling trying to figure out how they're going to get their hands on the glass. Like that's a perfect time to talk to us, because we know people and we might be able to help facilitate a network you and getting your hands on contacting people. I think it was stained glass where the student didn't have stained glass and we were scrambling everywhere.
And that was before all of the supply chain issues.
Yeah. So that's the big thing, is the Creative Project Conference is worth 50 points towards that 200-point total. And we're primarily just wanting to just check in with you, make sure you're okay, answering questions, and, you know, obviously giving you like positive feedback. I mean, everyone gets worried about like the aesthetics, the check-in whenever it's, you know, like you actually submit your project. Like, what if you don't like my project? I'm not grading you on whether I like it, because number one, I didn't do art. I'm gonna be like, this is amazing. You wrote a whole bunch of poems. I'm not gonna criticize it, even though I'm not writing poetry. That's amazing. So I don't know. A lot of students get really apprehensive about having this creative project conference, and I think I'm just trying to like lessen that anxiety on your part. Like for me, in case you couldn't tell, I'm a hyper like badger, but I'm pretty like chillax when it comes to the creative project conferences. I'm mainly just, I'm going to ask questions and make sure that you have whatever you need to be successful.
And it's only 15 minutes. You know,
Yeah.
we're not taking up an hour of your time. You don't have to make some big presentation and like go into depth and detail about your concept. You know, let us know.
And I'm definitely not going to limit your art, and Jason's not going to limit your art and say like, no, you can't do that. Like, hopefully none of you got that impression. We're like, no. The only time that we've done that is where it was like, so that was already done.
Yeah.
You don't need to do a documentary on marijuana because we might need to make sure that you are safe.
Yeah.
You remember that one?
Yes, I remember.
You remember that one? Yeah.
It took me a moment. I had forgotten about it, but yeah. Yeah.
We're like, there already is a documentary about marijuana. It's called High Times.
Yeah.
And you don't need to do that.
Well, and then we asked
Tennessee
some questions about
states.
it, like, you know, and then got no response, which was kind of perfect for somebody who wanted to write about or wanted to do a documentary about
marijuana.
Weed. Yeah.
Look at you pulling out stereotypes of help.
No, just
that devil's lettuce.
Oh, you know, please. My point is the way that one forgets about things.
Do they? I mean, okay. Have we had this conversation before?
It literally
plugs
itself into a receptor in your brain that allows you to forget about stuff. It was part of the reason why all the old jazz musicians back in the 30s loved marijuana so much, because they literally were just thinking about the note they're playing right now and maybe the next one, and they weren't worrying about the ones that came before. They weren't worrying about any that were going to come later. They could just be focused on this note and the next one.
I have nothing to add to this conversation because I know what my mouth does. So I mean what I say. I just don't mean to say it sometimes. So I'm just gonna nope.
Yeah.
I have nothing else to add. Do you have anything else you want to add?
Nah.
Make sure you do your quiz 5. And Jason, what are your plans with the quiz 5? Are you going to have those returned the Monday that we come back from spring break?
Yeah, it might not.
Okay.
It might not be as early as
I'm not judging.
Is.
Well, if worst comes to worst, I don't mind returning them. I think that the big thing is like the game plan that we're kind of sort of telling the students, the madness behind the curtain is don't freak out if you don't get your quiz back the Monday of like the spring break. So what is it, March 7th? Because we might also want to have a break. As I've told many of you, like I myself am going to pause my inbox, and I'm not worrying about Bethel from March 7th through the 11th. I respect and love all of you. I want you all to have happiness and joy and sleep and just whatever. But like, I want to do that too.
Oh yeah.
So
I don't mind releasing the stuff on Monday. I'm just saying I can foresee myself. I will have to take the kid to school that morning.
No, stop.
And
stop. Then that's not what I'm talking about. I was saying, like, are you planning on doing it the 14th? Are you really going to give them their quizzes back on the 7th?
I mean, I had assumed I would. You wait a week.
But I mean, it's spring break. Whatever, it's your quiz. I support your life choices. I've now made it confusing. So
yeah,
you know,
I don't know. I don't know.
I just asked a simple question.
Does anyone
and was like,
know?
are you planning on doing that? It'll be a surprise.
Yeah.
So my son, when he woke up on his birthday Tuesday, he was like, he woke up and he like comes out like it's Christmas morning, and he's like, where's all my stuff? And I'm like, what? And he's like, did I not get birthday presents? And I was like, time out. Did you think this was going to be like Christmas where you just woke up and there was stuff underneath the tree? And he goes,
birthday tree.
He was like, I thought I'd wake up and there'd be stuff on the table. I was like, you got to get up and eat breakfast and go to school today. Like, that would be the meanest thing ever. You waking up, enjoying your birthday festivities, and we're like, get out of the house. And then he looked at me and he did like the sad, like Bluey bingo, like, thing. And he was like, I can't have my presents now. I was like, no, you can't have your presents now because I know you. And the moment that you open these presents, you're going to say like, I want to stay home and play with these things. And then I'm going to be miserable. And your whole birthday is going to be miserable at school. You're just going to have a crappy day. So let's just have a crappy day now. You go to school, enjoy your day, and then you can be surprised when you come home. So needless to say, it was a crappy day getting him to school Tuesday morning. Which I get. Like, here I am trying to like help make sure he has a good day. Yeah. And I ruined everything.
Yeah, because you didn't meet his expectations.
Because he thought there was going to be some magical birthday fairy or whatever that just drops presents down on him. Yeah. And then he was big mad too, because like, we had dinner. We had Kevin, my husband, made his favorite dinner, which he asked for. And then I made the birthday cake that he wanted, not the 4-tier cake, because So for those of you who are not part of this conversation, my son demanded that he had a 4-tier wedding cake for his birthday cake because he wanted 4 tiers. And I'm like, no. You're gonna get
just one of you.
I was like, what are you talking about? And he goes, I want 4 layers. He's like, a 4-layer cake is like a wedding cake. You're not getting a wedding cake. And he's like, why not? I want it. And I was like, I don't care what you want. I'll make you 2, or I'll make you a long one, or I'll make you like a funky shaped one or something, but you're not getting like a 4-tier cake. I've never even had a 4-tier cake. Like, what are you talking about? So needless to say, he wanted it strawberry because he's into strawberries right now. And that damn kid that I made, that I birthed, that I did, like I struggled with trying to bring into this world, he took 2 bites of his cake and he was like, this is the best cake ever, but I want to go play with my toys. And I'm like, no, you're going to eat this damn cake. He's like, well, then why'd you let me open my presents? You should have let me, like, now all I want to do is play with my presents. And I'm like, how dare you argue with me?
You're the one who has ruined this month.
Yeah. How dare you use logic, my own logic against me? How dare you? So needless to say, the entire day was a wash. I ruined everything, and that's why he's going to need therapy, I'm sure.
Well, Augie was jealous of that cake.
Of the Bluey cake!
Yeah, she saw the Bluey cake and she was like, wow. Yeah, she thought it was pretty awesome.
Wait, it gets better. It was the unicorn strawberry cake that I made him last year, so 2 years in a row, because that's the only strawberry cake you can find. So if you need me to make Augustana unicorn bluey strawberry cake, let me know.
All right, I'll talk to the
because I'll go get the figurines. I'm so talented now. I only dropped the bluey figurines in the cake like 5 times before I got it all set up. So I learned some things. I will gladly do that if need be. I mean, it was the perfect cake. I had it iced all cool, and then I dropped the stupid Bob Bilby hand just falls in there. And then because that stupid bench that I put there, they kept falling off. And of course, Bluey just face plants right into the strawberry icing, so I got to dig it all out. And then he was mad. He was big mad about that because he was like, "Hey, so I want to play with the scooters." And I was like, "You can't. There's cake shoved in it. Mommy's gonna have to clean it out." And that was yet another reason.
So yeah, all of this will be on the quiz.
No, no, it won't. In fact, I think we're gonna edit this out. Sheesh. I'm done embarrassing myself.
Okay. Well, yeah, I've got nothing else to add.
All right.
You guys enjoy your spring break. See you on the other side of it. Yeah. So glam rock. Bye, everyone.